Well, this week on As the Ridge Turns, the turkey are nesting, and old Dirty Dan clan is sneaking around this week, and the coons are out during the day, and the old deer, they love browsing, and so does all the other little animals, just trying to find something to eat. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smokies, another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. Now, it's absolutely beautiful weather, and we've had a couple inches of rain this week since the last video. Hope y'all doing well out there, having a good time and enjoying this spring. Now, the little animals are sure enjoying it, that's for sure. And they just scurrying around everywhere. But I still haven't seen no young yet. It's due for the little young to start showing up here and there. They're in their dens right now. But the old pond, it's got a little water in it, but it looks like a swamp down here now. Weeds is growing real heavy. Well, enjoy yourself, throw your feet up, and just relax. And let's see what stepped in front of the cameras here on the ridge this week. Another deer just browsing this ridge here and there, loving eating these little samplings and leaves. And they really enjoy themselves. And hopefully we'll see some about a month. We ought to start seeing some bonds showing up. And the little squirrels is really scurrying around. They're having a good time. But old Yeller has to make an appearance coming through. I'm glad he's hanging in there, that old cat. And the turkey, they're settling down a little bit now. Their season's winding down, and the hens are out nesting. So they're just wandering around not far from the nest. And I hope we have a lot of little hatchlings this year. But they're just coming and going on this old ridge. Looking for all these insects, digging and scratching for worms all day long. And you're less liable to see them anywhere. And the deer, you can see the little young bucks here trying to grow their antlers back. And they love these dark woods. And the little birds too, they enjoy it. And there's an old feral cat moving through. They seem to be just everywhere in this ridge. But they're part of the food chain too. These deer, they just browse around, eating these little sprouts. Enjoying their day, little young buck there. But they take it easy when they can, especially these does heavy with fawn. They relax when they can. And down at the acorn pile, on a wet morning, deer just browse through here, just wherever they happen to mosey to. But they enjoy these woods. And so does the little birds, the little robin at the old acorn pile. And a coon out during the day prowling around through the acorn pile. But the old gray squirrels, they love this little place. They always scratching around finding something to eat on. They're so precious. And down at the salt block, that looks like old Dirty Dan. He likes that salt block too. Watch him chew. But he's watching out. The deer's always down here, night or day. And they enjoy just the mineral block of the salt block. Keeps them healthy. And the whole herd enjoys it. But they get their fill and they move on. But they'll be back. And down at the stump, little Carolina wren enjoying the morning, just singing away. And the little ground squirrel doing his thing. But the little squirrels, they like this little stump. They just get up here and watch, or get them something to eat on, and enjoy the day. And down at the cut, little squirrels always browsing through here, but they always find something to eat on. And the deer just browse through this little shortcut between the rocks. And there's, at the log, beautiful little cardinal. He's enjoying the morning too. And there's little Woody, the wood thrush, just singing away. And a coon during the day, early in the morning, before he turns in. And the deer. That's Mommy and her yearling. And they enjoy the leaves off of these sprouts and little trees. But this is Ricky's little hole. And he's not far from it all the time. They ought to check it out. Now here he's got an old walnut. Don't know where he's got that from. We didn't have a good walnut crop last year. He dug it up somewhere. And at the tree, on a wet morning, little deer browsing through here. Foggy morning. Animals going about their business. Now here's old Dirty Dan here. He's sneaking through. Gotta say hi though. Moves on. Oh, he's elusive. And he just comes and goes. He didn't hang around up the patio much this week. And little Woody up here singing away, having a good time. And the deer got to stop by, just visit as they browse through. And a little ground squirrel, little Chucky. He loves his spot too. And there's old Ricky on his perch. These little animals, they got their own little thing to do and their own personality. And they just enjoy what they've got. Well, there's old Dirty Dan. He's moving through. And I mean moving through quick. He ain't hanging around on the patio this week. I caught him at different angles, but he just didn't stick around. He was in a hurry. Yeah, you can see him here. Well, that's Dirty Dan. But he didn't like them cameras for some reason, or he's in a hurry doing something else. Now, that's all I got. The back door didn't produce. But down here at the pond, a little beautiful cardinal in front of the camera. And a little thrasher digging through the leaves looking for worms. Insects. And there's a little cardinal again. They are beautiful, and they are precious songbirds. And here's a rare treat of a coon down here during the day at the pond. He's late turning back in. He's digging for these worms that all that rain drove up, pulled up out of the ground. He's enjoying himself. But he'll go back to the den here real short. And on the other camera, you can see the weeds growing up. It's becoming a jungle here, but the deer love it. I like browsing on all these little different weeds and grasses, and sometimes they mosey right up to the camera. And at dark, there's a little young buck. See its antlers starting to fork. Just browsing through in it dark. And the little opossums. They love these bugs, especially on these wet nights. And the little skunks doing their thing. Hope to see some young of some kind real soon. And yep, the old coons is out making their night. This is their favorite thing to do. Get up, hit the trail. There's no telling his game. Just making around. And there's a little gray fox. Not seen them in a few weeks, but they're still here. And a little field mouse, they're everywhere. And everything's after them too. And there looks like old Stub, the feral cat, moving up the rocks. But these old coyotes, they're after all these little animals. And they just trying their best, crisscrossing this ridge trying to find one. And there's old Billy Bob the bobcat. He's around here too. He's real elusive though. But the deer, they browse and nap in the day and the night. It don't matter. And down at the acorns, a little field mouse working down here. And a coon prowling around. See what he can get into. And down at the salt block, a deer herd enjoying the evening down here. Tasty treat. But they are nervous. They have to watch out for these coyotes. And sure enough, they'll run them off. Coyote come through. They don't never give up. And down at the stump, coon prowling around. And at the cut, there's a beautiful little skunk moving down the cut. Coons just come and go. Just a shortcut for these little animals. And there's Scar. Poor old coon. But he's doing okay. And there's old No-Tail. He's just moving up the ridge. His buddies ain't far behind him. The old coyote, they follow them all around. Just waiting to get a hold of one of them. And at the log, wet night, Coon just coming through. And a little skunk. They see what they can scrounge up to. They like bugs too. And at the tree, coons is always here. This is just on their routine travel way. And there's poor old Scar. Seems like he's crippled up a little bit this week. And there's old No-Tail. And up at the rock, the little feral cats is always up here, seems like. They trying to find Mighty Mouse. But he's been hanging in there. But they don't stop. Here's another feral cat. He's gonna leave his mark on Dirty Dan's rock. I'm sure he really likes that. No coons. Yeah, they're always up here nosing around. Every night. And there's old No-Tail, that sad look. Better picture of him here. Just doing his thing. But they under the rock too. Everything in the world uses this rock motel. That's Scar coming out from under there. And there's the old possum. That's either Willie or old Corkscrew. Haven't seen Wilma. I hope she's having her babies, but they sure enjoy these bugs. These possums do. And old Skunk, he's enjoying this rock motel too. He's up moving around. And they just scratching around, gotta leave their scent. He's a pretty little skunk. So many animals use this rock motel. He's just gonna check back in. Now the back door camera didn't produce this week. So up at the ridge, deer just moving through on the ridge top. And the possums. They going towards the pond. But out the pond, that looks like old Corkscrew there. That little crooked tail. Looking for them bugs. And the coons down here again tonight. But they're always down here one way or another. And on the other camera, a little possum right in front of the camera. They're getting them weeds. Now they don't set the camera off unless they're right in front of the camera. I'm going to have to move that camera, looks like, move it up above it. But they enjoy this pond as much as the coons do. The bugs are really out for them. Now come dawn, the deer here, you can see the weeds and stuff growing. A beautiful place here. Look like they're in the clouds, these deer browsing. These little animals love this place. But they're nervous. And elsewhere across the ridge on dawn, here's a little deer herd moving through down a trail. Starting their day. And the old coon working his way back towards the den tree. See what he can find at the last minute to eat. and the turkey are off the roost. But this is a little hen. She'd probably just come off her nest. And another day unfolds here for the little animals as they try to just live another day, find something to eat, and survive. It's time for the little squirrels. They're here every day, year round. This is their home, and they enjoy it. They always scratching for a nut. They'll find nuts they buried 2 years ago. But they're so relaxing. I love to just watch them proud. Where they getting these walnuts, I have no idea. But they're so common. Now guys, if you like these channels, subscribe. Help grow this old channel. Now I want to thank you all for watching. Tune in next week for another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. So take care out there. God bless. And I'll see you next time.